Yo, what's going on? BoxingNews24.com is reporting Sergey Dervyanchenko wants Canelo Alvarez fight. It's just boxing back again. Let's dive into it. Sergey Dervyanchenko and his manager Keith Connolly once sold Canelo Alvarez next after losing a highly controversial 12-round unanimous decision last Saturday night to Gennady Golovkin, according to Micah Compinger. Boy, I be ruining folks' names. Please forgive me for ruining y'all name. But yeah, Sergey Dervyanchenko, he wants all smoke. He wants all smoke. It's also been reported that Mike Coppinger reported that Triple G is scheduled to fight his mandatory. Say what? You're mandatory. After that controversial decision last Saturday night? Okay. Well, according to Mike Coppinger, a lot of people think Dervyanchenko was robbed. Canelo would be pleasing many of those fans if he acknowledged Dervyanchenko as the guy more worthy of a fight than Golovkin. First of all, there's two fighters that are more worthy than a fight than Sergey Dervyanchenko, and that's Demetrius Andrade and Charllo. But for the sake, I'm reading, this is what the article is talking about. Connolly said Dervyanchenko would give Canelo Alvarez a tougher fight right now than Triple G, and a lot of people would agree with that. Canelo bringing in a record of 52 wins, 1 defeat, and 2 draws, 35 knockouts. Is fighting against WBO light heavyweight champion Sergey Kovalev, bringing in a record of 34 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 29 knockouts on November 2nd. Excuse me. After that fight, Canelo would be moving back down to middleweight. He's not going to stay at 175. I know he's not, because he don't want to fight the upper echelon of competitors, the young fighters at 175. He wants to try to get a so-called easy win, quote unquote easy win against a 36-year-old veteran in Sergey Kovalev. But Canelo has the following options after his fight next with Kovalev. I'm gonna do a story about Sergey Kovalev, because there's a lot of things that's not being reported in the media that he's been up to, like all his sexual assault cases and assaulting dogs and all this here crazy stuff, assaulting people on the planes. I'm gonna do a separate video about that. But he has options. He has Gennady Golovkin, Demetrius Andrade, Ryota Murata, Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Smith, Sergey Dervyanchenko. Okay, well, what about Jamal? Oh, okay, they are part of the zone thing. No, Sergey Dervyanchenko, he's a PBC fighter. Charllo name should be up there. Oh, but he don't want that smoke. But Caleb, Murata, Saunders are opponents that won't bring Canelo anything. What you mean won't bring him anything? What is he trying to get? He's already paid. You're fighting on the app. Saunders, he ducked Demetrius Andrade. I don't understand that. But anyway, Murata is with Top Rank and fights on ESPN. That's not a good matchup for Canelo. Saunders and Caleb are unknown guys to the casual boxing. Man, get out of here, bro. Okay. The southpaw Andrade has a small fan base and moves a lot. It's bad enough that Andrade is a southpaw, but when you add in the fact that he moves a lot and doesn't have a large fan base, it's pointless. It's a pointless fight for Canelo. Now that I disagree. Now, okay. I get it now. I get it. So now, Demetrius Andrade it's pointless for him to fight because he moves a lot and he doesn't have a large fan base. So why is it that Terrence Crawford is right for Errol Spence? I'm waiting. So if Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence need to fight, Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charllo needs to fight Canelo. Canelo needs to fight Demetrius Andrade because it's the same thing. Canelo and Demetrius Andrade, they fight on the same app, DAZN. Both fighters are with pretty much Eddie Hearn. I know Canelo is with Golden Boy. I understand that, but they both fight on DAZN. That's an easy fight to make, bro. But for them to say that the fight is pointless is by all means a bald-faced lie. If that's the case, that makes the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight pointless. Because guess what? Terrence Crawford hasn't is not doing a good job selling on pay-per-view. Errol Spence is. Terrence Crawford moves around. So I guess, it's the same thing. If you basing it off of what he just said. Forget that, bro. Stop giving Canelo a pass. Canelo has a good solid resume. But when it comes to the top fighters on his resume, he lost to. He lost to Floyd Mayweather. A lot of fans and sports writers say he lost to Erzurumdii Lara. So what are we talking about? It's ridiculous, bro. But Dervyanchenko, the ideal opponent for Canelo right now. Yeah, whatever. Canelo would need a good opponent when he moves back down to 160. And he would make a lot of boxing fans happy if he selects Dervyanchenko. It would be one of those situations where Canelo can quiet his critic that have pressured him to fight Triple G a third time. If Canelo fights Dervyanchenko and beats him in an impressive manner, the fans will see it as pointless to press him further to fight Golovkin again. Man, forget that. Jamal Charllo needs to fight. What you mean? Dervyanchenko doesn't have a belt. He lost, bro. He lost. Dervyanchenko lost. I don't care what they say. I don't care. You can call it a robbery. You can call it whatever you want to. In his books, on his resume, next to Gennady Golovkin, he has an L. Right now, Jamal Charllo is the WBC middleweight champion. Right? So therefore, Canelo Alvarez should be fighting Jamal Charllo or Demetrius Andrade, who has a belt as well. So Triple G not likely to fight Dervyanchenko next. No, he's not. He's fighting. He's seeking a fight with his mandatory. Like I said in my other videos, Triple G is the mandatory king. He fights all his mandatories except Jamal Charllo. Dervyanchenko and management are making the wise move in calling out Canelo Alvarez right now because it's looking like Golovkin won't be giving him a rematch for his next fight. Triple G promoters Eddie Hearn said he could either be mandatory defense next or he'll be looking for a career-defining fight against one of the world champions. The fight that Hearn wants Golovkin to take are against champions that don't have a large fan base in the United States. Guess what, man? Gennady Golovkin don't even have a huge fan base. Man, what? Stop it, bro. Hearns want Triple G to fight his matchroom guys, Caleb Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, or Demetrius Andrade. Next, if Canelo chooses not to face him, Eddie has not been able to put any of these champions in a big fight for some reason. Saunders and Andrade were guys that signed with Eddie Hearn recently, and their previous promoters had not matched them against big names because they were basically fighting outside of Demetrius Andrade, Saunders, and Caleb Smith, they was mainly fighting in the UK, bro. They're UK fighters. So now Eddie Hearn is trying hard to get fights for them, but they don't have anything to offer other than their titles. Golovkin gains nothing in winning world titles at 168 against champions that the American public have never seen before. Man, forget that, bro. He needs to get in the ring and fight somebody. Triple G beat Dervyanchenko by a 12-round unanimous decision at Madison Square Garden in New York. The judges scored it, whatever. The fans largely saw Dervyanchenko winning the fight, and the judges and Triple G know what they thought about. So Dervyanchenko won a lot of new fans last Saturday night, which is good, but the fans booed Golovkin for the moment because the scores were announced until he left the ring. When fans booed to that extent, it tells you that they were very unhappy with the decision. So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it again. Triple G and Canelo has ducked Jamal Charllo, Demetrius Andrade. Canelo has ducked both Charlos and Demetrius Andrade. Period. If Canelo's gonna campaign at 175, he need to fight somebody other than Sergey Kovalev. If he's gonna continue to maintain it, campaigning at 160, he need to fight more than just a Sergey Dervyanchenko or a Triple G. You got Jamal Charlo, you got Demetrius Andrade out there those two fighters need to fight. But what they're waiting on some kind of way for those two fighters, for Andrade and Charlo to fight. That's what they're waiting on. So they can beat up on each other. They always want to see black fighters beat up on each other. And it's ridiculous, bro, that they allow this man to duck these two fighters. That man, him, Canelo, and Triple G dropped belts because they did not want to fight Jamal Charlo. But all the Canelo and Triple G fans that are saying that Charlo and Andrade is an easy fight. Well, if they easy work, why are they spending so much of their time avoiding these two fighters? But like I said, they need to fight these guys. I'm not knocking Sergey Dervyanchenko for what he did. I'm proud. I'm him stepping up to the plate, doing what he's supposed to do against Triple G. He didn't get the win. You know what? Hey, I hope you get more fights. Step up and fight Jamal Charlo. You're both on the same network. Go to Al. Try to make a fight with Jamal Charlo. That'll be a good fight with y'all two. And the winner, guess what? The winner fight either Triple G or Canelo, hopefully. But I doubt that fight's going to happen. But it's just boxing. And I'm out. Don't forget to smash the like button. Subscribe. Press that bell icon. Thank you for you get all the notifications. It's just boxing, and I'm out. Peace.